back out again in these lovely woodlands, the quietest woodlands that I know too. Just having a stroll around. I'm in no rush, I've got loads of time. So loads of time to find a nice location. So there's hardly anybody gets in here. So it's all really good and stress-free today. Loads of relaxing. And I say relaxing because there's plenty of rain forecast. And with plenty of rain, I've got to get the I've got to bring the Dutch Army tent out, haven't I? The canvas tent, and put that through its paces. So yeah, it's lovely. Smell that fresh air again. Oh, it's delightful. Very peaceful. I've never seen anybody in here. I've never seen anybody walk through here. So it's about as chilled as it can get today. And with the rain on top of that, it's going to be a wonderful camp. Well, I hope so anyway. Real pleasure to have you join me, and I do hope you enjoy this video. Right, let's find somewhere. Let's get on with it. Shouldn't be too long now. Catch you in a minute. As you can probably hear, the heavens have well and truly opened, so I'm working against the clock here. So I'm going to set up the Dutch tent, get everything nice and taut, and get inside and have a chill for a bit while this hopefully passes over. If it doesn't, so what? Who cares? All's good, isn't it? Right, let's get on with it. See you in a minute. It's absolutely bashing it down, and I'm loving it. It's great, isn't it? You're enjoying it as well. Fantastic. This is what really makes it makes wild camping for me when it's raining. It's absolutely pouring it down. Really really soothes and comforts me. Relaxing. Seems to take like a busy mind and calm it down, and I don't know, makes me more focused anyway. And it's here with the rain like that. As I've said before, it takes me back to my childhood with my grandparents camping, and on the night time, so we'd be somewhere in Wales usually, and on the night time we'd hear the rain, and it'd be bliss. Really good times. Fantastic, this is. Seriously, I couldn't ask for better weather than this. It's amazing. Some people hate it, but I'm the complete opposite with rain. I love it, wild camping. It's not only that, but if there's, like I said, there's nobody come through this woodland hardly. Well, I've never really seen anybody come through here. Or there's any traces of anybody coming through here, but it's going to reduce the chances of anybody coming through. I mean, most people aren't going to come through a woodland on a day like today. Well, it's going to be less anyway, the chances of. So it's all mine to enjoy, and yours of course. You're here with me. It was a mad rush putting up this tent, it really was. I've got it more or less drum tight, the canvas, so all being well we won't have any leaks, but we'll see. Fingers crossed we don't. If we do, I'm sure it'll be a minimum. It's not going to be flooded out. Lovely. All's good in the woods. While I'm sitting here and waiting for the rain to pass, that's if it ever does pass. We don't mind that, do we? Because we're really comfy here. We're cosy, we're all good. I'll just go over what's been in my mind recently, what I've been thinking about. Lots of things really, but I think one of the main things I've been thinking about is are we really better off than what we used to be years ago? Are we really thriving as a people? Worldwide, not just in this country. I really don't think we are, you know. We're supposed to live a far more simplistic life. We're not supposed to be slaves to the machine. We're not supposed to be cooped up in buildings day in, day out, whether you're behind a desk typing away, or whether you're in a factory like I am. I'm a factory worker, feeding noisy, screaming machinery in an dusty environment. Of course, we're not supposed to live this way. This isn't how things were meant to be, are they? I don't call this evolution as such. I call it a disgraceful, despicable detachment from nature. It's such a shame how things have changed. and are changing. We're not supposed to have the stresses of life that we have. Of course, there will always be the stresses that we had back hundreds and hundreds of years ago, for thousands of years ago, living out in the wilds. Of course, we'd have to provide for our family and go hunting, look after our loved ones, our family, and fight to protect our own. As far as like living the way we do now in a cheap plastic world, everything's to hand. I mean, of course that's good within reason. Everything's like super easy at the click of a button, isn't it? And it's there, it's done, you know. You can do your shopping online now, can't you? Go and order your groceries, and you don't even have to leave the chair, your armchair. Of course, there's obvious benefits to that. But the overall thing is we're just becoming more and more detached from nature, and the main thing is we're becoming more and more detached from each other. It's a real shame. The only way is to break away, get away from this sort of life. If you're born into it, it's near on impossible for most people. Even if you know what's going on, you can see blatantly what's going on and what we're not told, and how we're lied to. If you wanted to break free and if you wanted to get away from the rat race, you're born into it. The only way you're going to get out of it is like by earning a fortune. So wealth, you're going to have to be wealthy to buy your way out of this, being part of the machine. And that's unlikely for most people. And so it carries on, the cycle. We have kids, and they're born in the rat race, and so it continues on and onwards and onwards. I'm having a little moan, and I hope you don't mind. But yeah, it's just sad, isn't it? It's just a real shame. We all live in such a flipping cold-hearted world. It's only going to spell for disaster, isn't it, really? There's no other outcome. What else could come of it? Unless us, the good people, turn against it all. I don't know. Time will tell. The clock is ticking. do myself a nice hot drink because it is quite nippy. What I've got is a titanium meth burner made by Avenue. See the measuring increments on the inside there, to how much meths or alcohol you've got in there. Unlike the Trangia burner, this has, you might already know, but I'll show you now. This has lots of jets, rings of jets to the holes. The Trangia has like those there around the top, but the Avenue version has the ones at the base there. So basically all it is, so you put your cup, you can put your cup on the top there and you can boil your drink, because you won't snuff out the flames like you would on the Trangia burner, because you've got the lower ones here. You've got those lower ones there, so yeah, that's not going to snuff out the flame. Whether these actual ones on the top here go out when you put your cup or your pan on top, I don't really know, it's too hard to tell. I imagine they don't actually, because I'm not quite flush with the top of the burner. So it's these outer ones here that have the most effect, or the most efficient. So what I'll do is I'll put that on the ground and I'll show you how I'm going to stabilise it. As you can see, I've put a couple of tent pegs either side of the burner, the Avenue burner. I'm going to put some more. I can. Obviously I might not be able to do this because the woodland floor would be too rocky, too many stones, but I'm alright here. So that just adds more stability and it's not going to tip over. See, that's not going anywhere now. You can see the stove start to prime itself. The top jets have lit and the lower jets have also. So now I can get my nice drink on. Surprising how quickly this stove primes itself. I suppose that being because it's titanium. Put myself a drink on. You can see the jets there doing a fine job, mainly the lower jets. I'll get a nice hot chocolate in no time at all. Looks like we have a rolling boil. Indeed. Ooh. Let's move it out of the way. Stay there. Don't move. Fantastic. It's so good to get out today. I booked the time off, to be honest. I was that desperate to get out into the woods. Booked me some time off. It's time to have some holiday, I think. Just what the doctor ordered. And some hot chocolate, of course. He ordered that as well. They're lovely, these, aren't they? Let's try them, the Malteser ones. Really nice. Whisper ones are nice too, but Malteser. Lovely. Okay. Ooh. Lots of chocolatey goodness. It's a bit hot yet, actually. I didn't really want to boil it, but well. So yeah, I'm just going to let the Avenue stove, titanium stove, burn itself out. I put a little bit too much fuel in. Still, looks nice, doesn't it? Actually, it ups the temperature in the tent quite a bit, to be honest with you. Surprising. You can get the little trivets that sit on top of this, like a cross member that sits on top of the Avenue stove, and it also fits
all meth burners really, well most meth burners. I have got one somewhere, I don't know where it is, but you're okay with this because you've got the lower jets. I dare say the boil time's a little bit slower because I'm covering the top jets, but hey oh, who's in a rush out here? No rush, is there? It's all about chill and enjoy the beautiful views. And the rain. Wow, it just has not stopped. It hasn't. There's been no let up whatsoever. Wow. Lovely. Oh my god, that's so good. If you were here, I've got plenty of those to go around, and you'd be more than welcome. Help yourself to hot chocolate. Black Country Woodsman hot chocolate. Delicious. Yeah, you'd be most welcome. Oh. Oh. I put a tarp up over the back there, you might be able to see. I've got a few things under it. I've put a secondary ridge line up, and I've put my t-shirt on there. You might be able to see that, a few bits and bobs. But not wet because of the rain, because sweat, to be honest, getting in here. It's hard work. The undergrowth's really come up since I was here last. It's surprising just how fast it grows. Practically had to fight my way in. It's like having a workout. You don't need the gym when you're wild camping, do you? You don't. You get all the exercise fighting your way in here. But you've got to put yourself through it to get these nice places that are hidden away out the way from prying eyes and nosy dog walkers and all that lot. You've got to push yourself to get to the harder places, so you're less likely to be bothered or spotted by anybody else that might happen to be wandering through. The rain's eased up a little bit. Tent's doing a fine job. So far so good, and it's been raining for hours and hours, as you know. Not a drop in here. All I've got in here is loads of leaves and a bit of dirt off my boots. But they forecast it all throughout the night as well, so that'll be nice. I'll be fast asleep in no time if it's raining. Oh yeah, another thing I've got, what have I got for my tea? I've got 2 sea bass fillets and a vegetable stir fry to do. So how posh is that? Well, I say that's very posh for me. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Normally I'll be doing like Uncle Ben's rice and stag chilli and just whack it in a pan, wouldn't I? But I pushed the boat out this time. There's nothing wrong with Uncle Ben's rice and stag chilli, to be honest with you. It's very nice. So yeah, I'm going to pan fry the sea bass fillets. I'm going to rub some sea salt in with it, some salt and pepper, and then I've got some kind of butter to drizzle on the top. Not butter, I can't remember, ginger and something like that. And for the vegetable stir fry, I've got dark soy sauce. Actually, I have got some nuts too. Yeah, I have got some nuts, but I've got some of these nuts. I've got some of these nuts to chomp on. So I'm going to have some now because I'm rather hungry. You know, if I pull this bag open, you know what's going to happen, don't you? It's just going to explode everywhere. So I'm going to tear a corner off, because knowing me, I'll pull the bag in and I'll be feeding all the woodland animals, not myself. Talking of calories, mixed nuts, raisins, especially the nuts, absolutely full, packed with calories. Really nice actually. Raisins, unsalted raisins, peanuts, almonds, walnuts and hazelnuts. Very nice. I usually take a bag of these to work. So instead of like where I used to have my energy drinks and all manner of badness, I have these now instead. I know they're like really fattening and that, but still got to be better than my energy drinks and crisps and chocolate and everything else like that. And boy, can you tell when you've had these as well? Feel my energy levels like double considerably, even at work. Oh, like a bag of this will last me about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. But me being here and nothing much to do other than listen to the rain and enjoy it with you guys. It's too well, I'll probably eat the whole bag. Why not? Stove's just going out, burner. These burners, the more expensive ones, I've noticed, like the Trangia ones also, they've got like an inner, because there's like 2 layers, isn't there, to the mess burner itself. You've got the outer and then the inner, where the fuel comes up and vaporises and causes the jets. But in between the 2 layers, I never really knew this never really thought of it, to be honest. Between the 2 layers on the more expensive stoves, you've got I don't know, like a gauze, like something that actually wicks up the fuel, so the stove itself warms up and primes more quickly. And the cheaper stoves that you can buy don't have this. I never knew that, to be honest with you. It's only doing a bit of research that I found out. This has it. If you hold it and shake it, obviously when it's empty, you can hear like the material that's in between the 2 layers, the wicking material. I shook it earlier on. I haven't tried it with a Transit burner, but I know it has. So there you go, you do get what you pay for within reason, especially with the burners. I was on about this tent having a few updates to it that have been added. All the zippers this side and also in the back there have flaps over, these fabric flaps that cover over, stop any rainwater. Plus there's poppers on as well, and it's velcroed. I'll show you the other side. I can go around the other side to show you better, because that one's not open. Here you see the zipper is behind velcro, a bit awkward to see. See, you've got the flap over the top and that's velcroed, and you've got poppers at the bottom. You've got a popper there at the bottom and it's all covered up. Quite dark in here now, but as you can see, a lot of these tents, they seem to have holes. They're right in the corners here, but on this particular model there's none. None that I can see. If there is, no, there's no holes there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the military updated these throughout the years, but I don't know of anybody else that's got one that's like this one. If there is anybody out there, it'd be interesting to know. Yeah, it's usually about this time that I'll take a walk around the woodlands that I'm in, unless there's like lots of people about and it's an active woodland.
then I won't, of course. But somewhere like this, I'll have a good look around and take in the beauty and relax even more. And yeah, then I'll think about getting my evening meal on. But I'm not that hungry, surprisingly. I think it's those nuts that I had. For once, I'm not hungry. But well, I'm still eating them now. It's still in my mouth. Blimey. But yeah, it's nice to have a stroll on the evening before you settle down for the night. And take in all of the gorgeousness that nature is displaying here. Who needs the TV? No siree. A load of crap on the telly. Yeah, it's really nice here. It's always a shame to see the bluebells disappear. They're never out for long enough, are they? There's the Dutch Army tent right in the centre of the screen. It does a decent job of blending in with the flora and fauna of the woodland. Lovely job. Obviously the tarp is a different matter. That stands out a lot more. But that's only a temporary thing, and that'll be took down a bit later on. Especially when that sweaty t-shirt is dried out. Well, it's just starting to rain again, surprise surprise, so I'm going to get in the tent and shut my eyes for 10 minutes or so. And then I'll think about getting up and doing my evening meal, which is going to be really nice, a nice healthy meal. Look forward to that. So I'll catch you in a bit. Get on now and cook my evening meal. I'll just do it out the front here. I should have just enough room to do it. I don't fancy getting under the tarp now because yeah, I just like it in here too much. So yeah, I'm going to do my my 2 fillets
my sea bass fillets and my stir fry, vegetable stir fry. I look forward to that. Quite hungry now, so I'd shut my eyes. I've had at least an hour and a half sleep listening to this lot. It's just getting heavier and heavier, the weather. It's torrential, proper torrential downpours. Lovely. Picked a really good day for it. Thoroughly enjoying it. Right, let's get the evening meal cooked and in here. My delightful sea bass fillets and ginger and garlic or something or other butter. So I'll flip them over. They are wet, I can't really roll them off. I've kept these fresh by burying the carton in the woodland ground in the floor. Just kept it as cool as a fridge. Right, now what I'm going to do is score the skin of the fish. That's it. Put about 3 in. Stops the fish all curling up as it's cooking. I'll try not to knock the camera. It's very awkward in here. Like that. I think my knife needs sharpening as well. Right, so that's them scored. Knife away. Now for the bit of seasoning. Some sea salt and pepper. A bit of thyme in there as well. Rub that on. Lovely. Flip them over. Do the same on the other side. Everything's a bit wet, but oh well. All the fun, all the more fun. Right. Put that in. It's lovely. Right. Let's get in the pan. Bit of olive oil, get that quite hot and quite wet to go with it. It's going to sizzle like crazy because the water's falling in it, but put the pan on. Right, let's add the sea bass, one fillet at a time, skin side down. Without it falling off. Should be able to get the 2 in there. Like that. Smells fantastic. So I'll leave that for a good 4 minutes or so. Not ideal weather for cooking with hot oil. So I could have cooked under the tarp, but nah, I like it too much in this tent. That's it. Get these cooked, get them nice and golden brown on the skin side, and then flip them over for about a minute. I will not be put off by the bad weather. No chance. It smells amazing in here. Whoa. Flip them over, they stuck slightly, but that's to be expected in a stainless pan, and me not being the best cook in the world, the best chef in the world to be honest, but it still smells amazing and I'm sure it'll taste it as well. So I'll flip them over and I'll give it about a minute on this side and that'll be ready, and I can do my stir fry. There's the 2 fillets cooked. Tastes delicious, I've tried some, so that's thoroughly cooked. Now it's time for the stir fry. A bit more oil on there and water, rainwater. Let's get this stir fry on the go. Might be a bit much here to be honest. Reduce it down so it cooks. Well, we've had some more. It smells absolutely delicious. It smells amazing. All the peppers. Can you hear the red peppers and onion? Oh, it smells great. So I can just keep on adding the stir fry to this as it shrinks down as it cooks. And I'll add the soy sauce last of all. Oh, treats. Starving. I think next time I'll bring the trivet for this. This burner. Because I think the burner works more efficiently with the cross stand or the trivet, whatever you want to call it. I've been trying to lean over this as much as I can when I'm cooking, so as not to get rainwater in the hot fat. Well, the hot oil, not fat. It smells amazing. I just want it now. No, you've got to cook it properly, Michael. Oh, go on. I want it now. No, cook it properly. My fly trying to get in my ear roll as well. Why do you want to get in my ear roll when I've got this lovely food cooking? Oh, can't wait to get this down the neck. Still got plenty of fuel left. Yeah, I'm having to lift the the pan, the frying pan away from the Metz burner to make it burn a little bit more efficiently. So yeah, definitely the cross stand next time. This is it. Now to add the special ingredient. Dark soy sauce. Ooh. Plenty of that. What the heck? Chuck a lot in. That fly's still trying to get in my ear hole. What's all that about? Is my cooking that bad? Oh, it smells amazing. I keep saying it, but it really does. Add the stir fry. Again, it all in the tent. There. Oh wow. I don't want any to go to waste. Lovely. For the final touch, before I dollop it all down, melt the butter. Is that in there? Yep. Melt that. These are the bits of vegetables, and drizzle it all over the top of the fish. Oh yeah. Beautiful.
now for the taste test. Would you look at that? Oh. Let's try some of the fish first, some of the sea bass first. Oh yeah. Well, that butter's nice as well. That ginger and lime or something. Oh. Oh, it really is that good. Oh, it's right, yeah. Oh, this is going to go down the treat. Right. I won't let you watch me scoffing this down, as I usually say. Believe me, it's as good as it looks. It's amazing. Oh. Right, I'm going to get this down the neck now. Talk to you soon. Oh. The sun's actually come out just about, and it's still spotted with rain. I think it's just water droplets that's collected on the leaves and still dropping down. But oh, it's brightened up a lot. Oh my! That sea bass was really nice. I will be doing that again. That was delicious. That was pan-fried sea bass. If you haven't had that before, I'm sure you have, but try it. Gorgeous if you haven't. Yeah, so it's all lovely. Just had a good tidy round, my usual thing as the evening's getting on. It's about 7:30 now, and all I've been doing is just listening to the rain really, and tidying round camp. That's all I could do, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. It's nice to step out now and have a little break from the tent, being able to get out or from under the tarp for a little bit, even if it's only for a short while, because I think there's still plenty of more rain on the way. But I may be wrong, you never know. Yeah, I just, with the tent, I've just using Dutch Army bivvy, and I'm using 2 to 3 season sleeping bag and the old trusty Thermarest Neo Air sleeping mat. So I'll show you inside. Welcome in. There you go. Home from home. All set for a lovely night's sleep. Plenty of room. I'm 5'11", or I was when I left school, and loads of room for my pack in there and everything else. There's my little candle lantern. You see a candle lantern? I made a base for it. It's just some foam. So there's not anywhere to hang it really in this tent, so I can put it on the floor and I haven't got to worry about it toppling over in the night. And something else I want to show you about that lantern, I'll show you that a bit later on before I light it up. But yeah, so that's nice and safe with that. I suppose you could just put your lantern in your cup if you wanted to, just to make sure if it got knocked over. But that's what I've done. Lovely day now. Well, every day in the woods is a lovely day. Making the most of that little bit of sunshine. Because I don't think it's going to be here for too long. Right. The next time that you see me, I think I'll be getting into bed. So it's getting on now.
I said earlier on about the UCO candle lanterns, and I wanted to show you something. Well, as you know, you can get like, I don't know, 3 different types of candle that you can fit in this, like a citronella one. You got your standard one and your beeswax ones that I use now and again. They burn time between like 8 and 12 plus hours. It all depends. And you can get these to fit the candle lanterns, and they're really small. It's a little paraffin burner. I'll just get it out. I'll show you without dropping it. Like that. Get these little paraffin burners. You can get them off Amazon or eBay. So the wick in there, the lid screws off, and basically you just fill the chamber up with your paraffin or lamp oil, and the wick soaks up the paraffin and you light it. It's just your normal paraffin burner. I think it burns for about between 2-3 hours, maybe a bit longer. I haven't really timed it, to be honest, but I think it's another great option to UCO candle lantern. Plus it burns a hell of a lot brighter. Obviously the brighter you want it, the longer that you set the wick. Obviously it's going to use a lot more fuel, but I think it's a good option, lightweight option, and for only like £2 or £3, I think they're a great idea. And they can fit in. They fit in perfectly into the candle lantern like that. Just give it a twist. Locks in place. Look, perfect. Put a flame to it. Lovely. Really bright. Right in there. Give it a twist and that's done. Put it in the stand that I made for it. If I can get it to fit. Lovely. I thought I'd just show you anyway. I think they're another great option to the UCO candle lanterns, and obviously I'm not getting any money for it or showing these little burners. It's just something that I happen to know about. I have got the idea from somewhere or other off the internet, but I don't know where it's from. I've known it for quite a while, these little burners, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you. I'll put a link in the description box so you can have a look for yourself. But they're definitely a worthwhile thing to have, being so cheap as well. Why not? I've had a thoroughly enjoyable day today in the wet weather. It's eased off now. Can't hear any rainfall on the tent, on the canvas. So hopefully it'll start again later on, and I'll have nature's lullaby sending me to sleep again. So I'm going to wish you all good night, and all being well, I'll see you in the morning. Take care. Morning. It's about 7 o'clock now, and it's been raining continually throughout the night, so that's been lovely. Had a good night's sleep, really. Woke a couple of times because of how heavy the rain was. It's quite deafening in here, but it's really nice, and I'm just hoping it eases off a little bit for when I have to pack all my stuff away. I might do myself a hot drink in a minute. I'll have a think about it, or I might just lie here for another hour or two. I'm in no rush to get away. I need to check the weather forecast, check the Met Office. It's usually pretty good. So yeah, had a decent night's sleep, really. Lovely stuff. Yeah, so there's a nice mist in the woods this morning. It's really nice. Very fresh. Right, let's do myself that drink. I'm thirsty. That's it. What a lovely day. Oh, you can't beat it. You really can't beat this. Let's get this drink on. Took shelter underneath the top. I'll take this down last. Yeah, as you can hear, there's no let up with the rain. I'll show you inside the tent there. I've got half the woodland floor in there, apart from any water. There's no water, it hasn't leaked at all. So that's good news. Yeah, so I'm going to finish this so-called hot chocolate that now is cold chocolate. I'll finish this and I'll show you inside the tent. Cheers to everybody. Okay, let's have a look. It's quite dark in here, I'm afraid. Yeah, everything's lovely and dry inside. Yeah, I'll show you one of the corners the best I can. It's all dry.
See in the corner. Nice and dry. A bit better this side. The light shining in. See. Right, it's time to pack up and get out of here. Sad to say, but it's got to be done. Right, I'll see you. All this will be took down and tidied away. All's done. Leave no trace, as always. Right, let's get a move on then. Sad to pack away, isn't it, and leave, but there's always another time, a next time to come along. Had a great time in the Dutch Army tent. That was great as always. The rain, loved it, even though it's been more or less never ending. It's been great fun, and I do hope you've enjoyed watching. It's been great having you come along. So all I can say is thank you to you all, and I wish you all the very, very best that life can give, and until next time, it's Black Country Woodsman over and out. See you soon.